Welcome back to Cocktails and Classics. This week, we're doing Guy Ritchie's Snatch, 2000's crime thriller comedy. I'm Dylan. Joining me this week is Ben and Cam. And to kick things off and get everybody in the right mood, we're going to go to this week's cocktail, and we embraced the meme. We're doing Fight Milk.
Caw!
There it is.
Yeah. Bodyguards, bodyguards.
Long been kind of memed on the podcast. We're finally doing it from Season 8, Episode 7 of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Alcoholic dairy-based protein drink for bodyguards by bodyguards.
It's the first alcoholic dairy-based protein
Sorry,
drink
I don't want to...
for bodyguards by bodyguards. It's important that it's first.
And so, to make a Fight Milk, you're first going to want to get some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, some milk. You're going to make cereal milk with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so you just infuse it by letting it sit for about 15-20 minutes. And then you're going to mix 4 ounces of milk, a half ounce of maple syrup, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, and 1.75 ounces of dark rum, bourbon, or cognac. And you're going to pour that over ice in a highball glass or a Collins glass. And you're going to have yourself some Fight Milk. Shake it really well because you want to break up that peanut butter.
Yeah. The crow eggs are optional. If you want to include those, you can for extra protein, but you don't have to.
It's interesting.
You know, it kind of just tastes mostly like milk.
Really? I was going to say mine tastes like a lot of peanut butter. I get some of the bourbon in there.
Yeah. So we both did bourbon, but I think any of the other ones would be fine. I think in the show they use it probably tastes better with this type of alcohol, but I think in the show they use like clear grain alcohol, like vodka or something.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I wish I put a little bit. I misread the instructions and put a little bit too. I didn't put enough maple syrup in here, but you know it's not bad. I thought it was gonna be terrible, but it's actually not bad.
I don't know. I had high hopes when we started to talk about cereal milk and shit. I was getting a little hype.
I mean, cereal milk doesn't taste that like It's like
maybe if you let it sit for longer, it would do better. I don't know. There's a place called Milk Bar, which is like a dessert shop, and there's one in like New York and L.A. But that's like their whole claim to fame is like cereal milk, and so they do like a birthday cake and stuff with cereal milk infused into it.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of gimmicky. I feel like you don't like you can smell it, and so maybe part of that you can taste. But I feel like I feel like it's deceptive. It smells like that, but then you taste it, and it doesn't taste that much like the thing that was in it. Depending on the thing, I guess.
I think they have like a cookbook, and I think they let it sit for like an hour at least. I mean, I did 15 minutes, and it was like,
I did 20. It looked pretty sufficiently. I mean, maybe it could stand to go longer, but it looked pretty sufficient after 20 minutes.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying though. Like, I'm kind of hard pressed to find cinnamon in there.
Yeah, did you top it with cinnamon?
Oh shit, I did not.
Because I did that, and so you get a lot of the cinnamon aroma by topping it with cinnamon.
You know what? I wish this recipe, the infatuation.com, but I wish your recipe was written a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I did not get to the bottom where it probably says.
Yeah, it says at the bottom, garnished with cinnamon.
Yeah, the last sentence.
Yeah, I wish they would put that in the ingredients, because you're like, oh yeah, I got all my ingredients. I mean, I don't think it changes it too much, but it definitely does a little bit.
It's like the thing where people do the recipes and they write their whole life story in the first part. And it's like, this was my dad's recipe, and when he fought in World War I, he gave it down to me.
It was my dad's.
That's why I'm making
Always
chicken noodle soup. Okay, cool. So how do I make it?
Yeah. I mean, with something like this, I get that there's a lot of
prep. Yeah, I don't know. They just like, if you go into the show notes and you click the link to get to the infatuation, like, I get the first step where it's like infuse the cereal milk, but the other ones where it's like, all right, let's talk about the vanilla extract. Let's talk about the peanut butter. Let's talk about the maple syrup. It's like, okay, come on.
I do appreciate that they add in that you're trying to get as strong as a crow in the peanut butter step. Just to really hammer in the point. This is by bodyguards for bodyguards.
You heard it here first. We didn't hate it. We kind of enjoyed it. So make yourself a Fight Milk Follow the follow the link in the show notes. Go to theinfatuation.com, learn how to make one, and then come back to the show notes. Use the Drizzly and Casker links. Buy yourself some alcohol and have it delivered directly to your door. We get a little kickback. Helps us out. Helps you out.
I don't know. Do they sell Cinnamon Toast Crunch on Drizzly?
They probably don't. There's that, what is that delivery service? I mean, they're shipped.
They're shipped.
But,
I don't know.
Like Go Puff or whatever. The one that I thought was like a weed, like munchies delivery thing.
Well, I mean, it could be.
I think maybe that was like their start. They were like, guys, munchies, Go Puff, right? And then it was like, we could actually just deliver groceries to anyone that asks. So.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a good business model, like, it'd be really cool if we got food delivered when we couldn't go drive ourselves. It'd be sweet, Like, what do you want? I just want some flaming hot Cheetos, man.
Oh my God. You can check out Snatch right now, as of recording, on Amazon Prime in 4K UHD, if that's tickling your fancy. 4K. I was pretty surprised. I hate how Prime like sets up their system. Like it'll
Prime
have
UI
the title.
Is such trash.
It is. Their UI
it's so bad.
Awful.
It's the worst one.
Oh, here's Snatch in HD. Here's another title that's Snatch in 4K, and it's like, okay, just give me the option in the same one.
The
Don't
other
make me
thing is
search for it.
Have you ever tried to watch shows on Amazon? The seasons are in different like they're in different places.
Yes.
You go here for season 1 and here for season 2. What the hell is that? Just put them in the same grouping like every other fucking streaming service. It makes no goddamn sense.
It doesn't make sense because I started to read that wizard boy that we can't be named. I started to read those books, and on
we
the
just
Kindle,
can't mention it in the ad. We can't mention it in the ad. We can talk about it, but we can't mention it in that.
So
ad.
I started to read Harry Potter. I read book 1, and on the Kindle, the books are all put like so. If you go to Harry Potter and there's a series of books, there's one tile, and it's all 7 books in one tile. And
did you buy it as a collection, or did you buy them separately?
No, I mean, I just did, like, I think they're free to read on Amazon. Like, if you're a Prime member on the Kindle, you can read book 1 and 2 for free.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, so check out Snatch, because we gonna spoil it.
Yeah, and drink some fight milk. We didn't really explain why we were doing fight milk. I hope that's self-evident. But
I mean, the movie's got boxing as a major theme.
Well, it's boxing, and they literally drink milk. So
there is a lot of milk drink, and there's a whole speech about why you shouldn't drink milk because of evolution. And
but we're gonna
our bodies
drink
are
milk
built for dairy.
Fuck it, drinking milk. I'm a proud milk drinker. Okay, I won't take this milk drinking slander.
Oh no,
it's just dumb. That's why they have brittle bones. Okay, I have big strong bones.
My teeth and my bones are so strong. All this calcium.
It helps me rip through meat. Or whatever, I don't know.
You know, it'd go great with this fight milk. Meat.
I don't think it would. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it would.
Snatch is a 2000s crime comedy film.
Oh.
Some could say, I guess.
No, I don't think so.
It's a little too smash cut for stoner film, I feel like.
Yeah, I think they'd be more confused than the general public already is trying to watch these types of cuts.
Currently sits at an 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb. It's the number 119 on IMDb Top 250. It's written and directed by Guy Ritchie. Stars Jason Statham, Brad Pitt, Stephen Graham, Lennie James, Benicio del Toro. The cast list is not set up in
order of importance specifically order.
Yes.
Yeah. The cast list on IMDb blows.
Dennis Farina. Alan
Dennis
Ford, Jason Fleming. Let's see, Lennie James. Ewan Bremner, who has a very bit part as Mullet, but he's in Trainspotting as Spud. If anyone's seen that one.
Nobody has seen Trainspotting.
That's a lie. It's a great British film.
It's a very popular British movie.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't seen it, but I know a bunch of people have seen it.
It's the story of an unscrupulous boxing promoters, violent bookmakers, a Russian gangster, incompetent amateur robbers, and supposedly Jewish jewelers fight to track down a priceless stolen diamond.
That is about right.
Yeah, that's a pretty it's a pretty boiled down.
It's actually
summary.
it's more succinct than like what I thought it was going to be.
I will say half the people in the movie are not looking for the diamond.
Yeah, well,
there's like half a plot that's doing the diamond thing, and then half a plot that's doing the fight thing at the same time.
Spoilers were ahead, but like, yeah, the guys who end up with the diamond chanced upon it.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Well, and the person who ended up with the diamond ultimately
was the one searching for it originally.
Right.
I've seen this movie. Let's tell Ben before. This is my dad's favorite movie.
Oh, really?
I told him earlier, I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing Snatch for our podcast. And he was like, oh, yeah, I just had some people over to show them. They'd never seen it.
Like had a viewing party for Snatch?
Yeah, this and like Kill Bill are his like, you haven't seen that movie? We got to watch this movie, man.
Interesting. I haven't seen Kill Bill either.
This movie to me is Pulp Fiction on cocaine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This one is weird.
It's very similar. Like, to me, it's very similarly set up where you have, like, several parties that just, like, don't interact with one. Like, okay, they interact with one another, but, like, one might interact with the other, and then it's just kind of a web of different stories kind of commingling into one full story.
Yeah.
It's like an actual linear version of what Pulp Fiction would be, but, like, on cocaine.
I love the part, speaking of that, when they all like intermingle at the one point when they're all driving cars separately and you like see things happen and then it like explains it back like over to you where it's like, oh, they threw the milk out of the car and it hit the windshield. I was like, man, this is kind of what we've been waiting for. Like all these stories finally hitting, and it's like a stupid chance encounter that no one actually pays attention to.
Yeah, it's weird because this movie feels very like fast and slow at the same time. There's a lot of spots where it's like, and not in a bad way, but it's like, dialogue or whatever, but then like things just kind of like turn on a dime. Like, for example, like near the end, I think, where what's the guy's name who's trying to get the jewels?
Avi or the other one? Like the British one or the American one?
No, it's not Avi. The American one.
Avi is the American one.
Yeah, Avi.
He's like trying to shoot the dog, and he's like, come on, let's go. Come on, what do you... Oh. And then he just, like, leaves the country. It just shows him on a plane again back to America. It's like, oh,
yeah,
all right.
He's like, never go to fucking England.
And then at the end of the movie, they call about the diamond, and he's immediately back on the fucking plane to London.
Yeah. I was trying to, like, figure out a cocktail based on what he says, because he's like... I don't leave my country unless it's for sandy beaches, cocktails with straw hats.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that sounds like something like tiki-ish.
Right. I think he confused small umbrellas for straw hats.
Yeah, I was like, where would you get a tiny straw hat?
Dennis Farina is straight Midwest Chicago. He doesn't do fucking foo-foo drinks. The man probably drinks whiskey straight, maybe on the rocks if it's a day that he doesn't want to get too plastered.
Or maybe he likes pina coladas.
Actually, I think I should say he...
Maybe he likes getting caught in the rain.
I should say he did. I believe he did pass away a couple years ago. But
so you guys kind of gave your like impressions on the movie. What else you guys got to add? Ben kind of was talking about the disjointed storyline to it.
Yeah, it was like disjointed in a way that like if the diamond in the end ended up just like not being found and like that's the end, it to me would have not really changed much of the story because it felt like the diamond was just a giant MacGuffin the entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, this is like the whole kind of thing, but it's really just to kind of set it up and it's really not that important. But I enjoy it. I kind of like when you have like the different strands in that all to this person's connected to this person's connected to this person. And now that we're like 2/3 of the way through the movie, these two people are going to interact. Or in the case of the two guys that robbed the bookie's office and Jason Statham's character, like their only interaction is like kind of just passing each other in the cars.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we've come full circle where like every character has interacted with one another at this point. Like I said,
sir, why do you have a dead man with no arm in your?
Is that a tea cover?
I felt so bad for those people like the entire time. I felt like they just kept getting shafted
God,
at
yeah.
every turn.
Yep.
Like,
Every single
Wasn't even their
opportunity.
fault a lot of the time. They just kept getting just like screwed over and over. I mean, they did go after the wrong guy. That started the whole thing, but
Well, it's all Tyrone's fault because he backed into Four Finger Freddy's.
Hey,
fucking,
in his defense, it's a difficult angle. It was behind him.
yeah, it was too tight of a spot.
No. The spot where he could park a fucking airplane was too small of a spot.
No,
Because they looked across and it was just like basically the open street. And he's like, nah, it's too tight of a spot. You could land a fucking airplane over there. What do you mean? And then he backs into the van. Also, the same thing with Benicio del Toro's character. Like, the entire time it leads you into thinking he's going to play this just massive part in the movie. And then it's just like, you kind of only see his face. Like, it shows the montage of him gambling. I think, honestly, that's the most you see him in the movie.
yeah, like it's literally he's just here to get the diamond into London, and then
go make
Yeah.
the bet.
he's dead.
But they play him,
Immediately.
Yeah,
but
and
they
then he
play
gets
him up as
kidnapped,
like,
and then he dies.
yeah, but you don't actually like see his face
No,
from like I feel like
you
a
don't.
majority of the time he's in the movie, you don't actually see it's actually him. He's either in this like the Jewish disguise at the beginning, or he's got a bag on his head, and then the fucking blade just shoots him in the head. Dude, one job, don't kill him. That was all you had to do.
What's the combination? Well, he just shot the guy, the only guy that knew it.
So why didn't you take his arm off? Whoa. We're not butchers.
Yeah, it's like it's the same when like the dog when they're like, oh no, the dog ate the diamond or whatever, and he's like, look inside the dog.
The guy's like,
And Tony's
what?
like, what?
You know what I mean? Look
Like
in the
Tony
dog.
Tony would like kill anyone in an instance, but once he has to like open a dog,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
it's
like-
like his morals draw
I
the
thought
line.
it was funny. He was like, doesn't seem a little like, I don't remember what he said, like harsh or dark or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like you've already killed like multiple people at this point. This is where you draw the line.
I also love the irony of like him being sold as this dude that like he survived being shot 6 times and what kills him is an accidental stray bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Same thing with what the hell was was it Brutus the Blade?
Boris.
Boris the Blade. And then they also called him Boris the Bullet Dodger. And like he
Yeah.
gets shot literally through a wall.
And then also like 5 more times after that. or
Well,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at that point it's hard to dodge, but the first time.
Oh my God, he plays the Juggernaut in X-Men: Last Stand. Vinnie Jones, the guy who plays Tony, the
Vinnie Jones.
bullet tooth Tony.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Vinny, yes, that I did know. I thought you were gonna say that Boris the Blade did, and I was like, wait,
I was
what?
a little old for that.
No, that can't be. Yeah, I do. That does make sense because he looked familiar, and I thought it was from. I also didn't realize. I kept trying to figure out where I knew Lennie James from. The one of the two jewelry, like the guys that went to rob the bookie, and he's in The Walking Dead. It's Morgan.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Which you would remember from like the early seasons, and then I think he's probably still on there because they've run out of anything
He's not
else to do on
anymore.
that show.
This says
Oh no,
he was in Fear the Walking Dead for a little bit, but
Oh well, they needed someone to be in there. Let's be honest, they've bled that franchise dry, and they're still trying to wring that out.
I think this is the last season, right?
It
Yep.
should have been the last season, like 3 seasons ago.
Should have been last season 10 years ago.
They lost everyone, especially when it was like, hey, who dies from Negan? And it's like, I don't know, but do we have to wait a whole fucking year to find out?
The answer is yes. We do have to wait a whole year.
Cool. By the time you come back on the air, no one cared anymore.
Right. And then it just kept being the same thing over and over again. Like,
Yep.
all right, let's go to the prison. All right, the prison got overran by this big bad guy. All right, we killed the bad guy. Let's go somewhere else. Oh no, there's another big bad
look.
guy.
Yeah. Next week on Talking Dead.
I totally forgot about the ending. Like I remember Brad Pitt
Yeah, I
winning
thought they were totally fucked.
the
not gonna
final
lie.
fight. I'm like, yeah, I was like, I remember him like goofing
But it wasn't actually a goof.
the final fight too, and then he did it, and then it was like, oh yeah, but they clapped back hard.
Right.
and like murdered the entire organization that Bricktop had.
I mean, that's a pretty. I do think it's interesting to like the motivation's so weird. It's like, oh, you don't want to fight for me unless I buy you a caravan. All right, I'm gonna kill your mother. It's like, what? Why is that any
he did
motivation?
fuck up the previous fight though.
I know, but still, it's like, why is that? What's the? I feel like once you do that, it's like the opposite effect. It's like, well, why would I? What do I have to lose now? You know, it's just.
All of your friends and family.
I mean, I guess, but you lose like the one person you love the most. It's kind of like.
But he likes Dags.
He does like Dags.
I blame Tommy. Tommy should have just never gotten it in the first place.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
If he just gotten the caravan like you're supposed to, none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Just got it at a discount. Instead, he got a dog and a caravan, where the wheels fell off.
I do appreciate throughout the movie the like quips back and forth and the dialogue. It's probably some of the best parts of Guy Ritchie movies is those like interchanges. Like in that scene where he loses, he goes back and he's like, "Hey, it broke." He's like, "You bought it as is," and he's like, "No, I want my money back and I'll give you back the caravan." He's like, "I don't want that caravan. It's broken. Doesn't have
Why
wheels."
would I want a caravan without wheels? Damn it. He got me.
Yeah, I feel like this is probably like, if you were gonna look at Guy Ritchie and like analyze what his directorial style is, I feel like this is definitely like his calling card.
Quintessential Guy Ritchie right here.
Yeah, like I feel like for Quentin Tarantino, it would probably be Pulp Fiction, and I feel like Snatch would be the
because you
the
do
Guy
see
Ritchie.
parts of this in other movies, like in Sherlock Holmes. You see some of his like artistic style in that, especially in like the fight scene,
like the fighting
in
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
that where it's like fast but also slow mo at the same time,
But what about Aladdin?
and like quick cuts. Did he direct Aladdin?
I haven't watched that one.
He
Yes, he
directed
did do
Aladdin, and he's directing apparently Aladdin 2.
Why would they select him to do Aladdin? That just seems so odd.
I don't know, but I am looking at IMDb and I saw that and I thought to myself, why?
I mean, he's kind of gotten away from like these types of movies a little bit. Like Sherlock Holmes wasn't like Snatch. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. was like.
I'm gonna say he did The Man
had
from
some of the
U.N.C.L.E., which is
elements,
kind
but
of
it's
like this. I mean, it's a little bit more like high budget and formalized, but it's still got some of these elements in it.
It's a big budget, but it's like a spy action movie.
Yeah.
Like it kind of makes sense. It fits. It fits the theme of what you do. Aladdin does.
I haven't seen The Gentleman. I feel like The Gentleman was like this, but with more American star power. But I haven't seen The Gentleman yet.
Oh,
that was the
I've
one
heard
with,
of
like,
The Gentleman.
Matthew McConaughey.
I did want
Yeah.
to see that. I never saw
and,
that.
What's his name? The guy who plays Snake Eyes.
I'm looking.
Henry Golding. The guy from Crazy Rich Asians. He's like the Timothy Chalamet of the older generation right now. I feel like he's in like everything.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Like Timmy Chalamet is like the young, like hot item, and I feel like Henry Golding is
Just
the
call
older
him
hot.
Young
item.
hot item.
Like you called him Timmy.
He knows him.
Yeah,
but
that's his name. Timmy
It's
Shalley.
because Dylan knows him, but he's one of those like people
Good
who's
old
like,
Timmy
"You
Shallows.
remember me? I knew you when you were in diapers 10 years ago." At their like 12th birthday party, it's
Sonny.
like, I don't remember you. I have never met you in my even
Oh, I
child
knew
life.
you when you were just up to my knee.
Yeah,
I don't fucking remember you, but
yeah. Of course, sure. No idea. Dylan's that guy. Ah, Timmy. Yes, of course. I remember when you were but a wee lad.
I mean, that's like me and Bob De Niro. You know,
oh,
where we
calling
go
him
way back.
Bob now.
Oh wow.
It's like me and Christ. You know, Christian Bale.
Crazy
Brad Pitt plays an interesting role in this movie.
He originally wasn't supposed to be in.
Oh, really?
Like his character wasn't written at all and then
What?
like Brad Pitt really wanted to work with him. He talked to Richie, and Richie was like, yeah, like I got this idea for a movie, blah blah blah, and then like was like, shit, now I need a part for Brad Pitt, and so he like wrote in this part, and Brad Pitt was kind of like, I just did Fight Club and like I was a boxer in that, so like I don't want to be typecast as like the fighter dude, but he really wanted to work with Guy Ritchie, and
Interesting. Well, he did not end up being typecast as a boxer, that's for sure.
I mean, he probably just didn't take any more roles.
But I thought it
Do
was
I have
funny
to
how
fist fight
he,
anyone?
like, I don't know, his entire character. Like, I don't know how he got into like that character and like the accent that he did in that, and like that. Yeah, he can't understand him half the time. I'm glad I had subtitles on because otherwise, I don't know if I would have understood anything of what he said.
Yeah, I was reading some of the stuff, and I guess like he didn't shower often because like his character was kind of like grimy, and then like he based his accent off of like a guest on like an Irish television show.
Interesting.
And so that's like where he kind of got the accent. But he does the accent so well because you can't
it's
even
really
like
good. It's
it's
really
like not
good.
even Brad Pitt's voice.
Well,
I feel like.
Yes, it would. If you closed your eyes and listened to him, you would not say that's Brad Pitt. But I also am an American trying to judge what someone's accent is.
Oh,
For being
I mean,
Irish,
I
so,
I
like-
just think it's a great accent. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing. Is it's hard
a
for me to be
great
like,
Roma accent.
it's great because it's 100%. It's 100% accurate. It's like, I don't know, but to kind of throw yourself into it, and to the point where, like I said, if you closed your eyes and someone was like, all right, who's talking on the screen, you would never be like, oh, that's Brad Pitt.
Even like Benicio del Toro's accent is like kind of weird. Like, is he supposed to be Belgian?
I see, like, he did the Jewish accent in the beginning, but then even
Yeah.
when he was talking to everyone else, he still sounded like he was keeping
Like he
kind
was
of
still
a
doing that
Jewish accent.
I mean, maybe he actually is. I guess because like he knows.
Well, it
He
is.
knows,
He
like,
does say
Avi
it's
and-
cousin Avi. It might be actually his cousin.
Because I was gonna say I think he calls Doug I think he calls Doug Bubby.
Yeah.
So he might
Checks
actually
out.
be like related to them. I don't know what Bubby means. Let me look at this. Grandmother.
Huh.
It's a Yiddish word for grandmother.
I feel like I've heard other, like, typically I feel like most of the time I hear someone called Bubby, it's from an older character to a younger character. I believe it's just a term of endearment.
Yeah, probably. It seems way back when almost everyone called their grandmother Bubby. Now the name seems to have declined in popularity, but we still love it. But is this like a blog about what to name yourself to your grandkids?
What a great website. So this one I see is Jewish grandmother, or an endearing term,
Just for like a
or
loved one.
a pet name for a significant other, or a friend maybe.
Well, I'm gonna start calling you Bubby, Ben. Team Billin.
Don't make me blush.
We're gonna go to some ads. We're gonna come back, and I'm gonna take us through trivia. You know we love saving the turts. You know Cam hates fucking paper straws.
Paper straw song.
Sock.
I will say that paper straw technology has improved since I last shat on paper straws. I have used a couple since I've been able to go out more recently due to being vaccinated, and
That's what they were doing the whole time while we were inside. They were just inventing better paper straws.
I have seen also not paper straws, but it seems like they're compostable plastic straws or something. Like
You're talking about the
like,
ones
they
that
feel
are made out of
different.
like agave or whatever.
I have no idea what the composition of these straws are. I'm just, but they are different.
I'm not
than
a
the
straw
normal ones you
expert.
see. But you're the expert, Dylan.
But I do know a good glass straw when I see one, you know?
Yes. I will say for being at home and where you know, maybe you like straws in your fruity margaritas, or you like straws to mix with your, you know, old fashions or whatever. You know, having these straws around the home is really nice. No, not constantly like throwing things away, or you don't have to keep buying straws all the time. Like you just buy a couple and then you're good.
And if you want cocktail picks or muddlers, they have that too. There's many colors. He's getting into like designs. So like the pride flag, he puts it on like the side of the straw. He's got hearts. He's got critters. It's like you get a piece of art along with a straw. Little multi-use.
Oh yeah, he has critter straws, which have see a dolphin, a salamander. That salamander looks intricate. That is impressive.
Grab some glass straws from Surfside Sips. Use promo code cocktails and classics spelled out for 20% off. We get a little kickback from that, and you get to save some money on some glass straws, and they should last you a long time. Dishwasher safe. They're pretty sturdy. Just don't drop them on the floor like me, like a big idiot. You have to buy more. Zach's not here, that little piece of so
What? Leave
I'm
that
hosting this trivia.
Also, real quick, I'm gone for 1 fucking week. I lose power. Can't make a podcast. And you let Zach win?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's on
sorry.
Dylan because I administered.
It was Cam's questions, though. Like, if Cam would have asked me the right questions, I could have stopped.
Only
him.
lose blame the rules of the game.
You've
I
dishonored.
guess.
You've dishonored.
I mean,
this
I am a
podcast.
loser. I will accept that I lost and I fudged up, but I'm sorry. The meme is no more.
I always thought we'd award Zach his first win by him stumping us and none of us getting any questions right.
Well, hopefully we can do that right now. I got us some trivia questions, so let's see what we got. Question number 1. In the scene where the dog snatches the diamond and Avi fires the gun freely, killing Bullet Tooth Tony, there's a movie poster for a movie we have discussed on this podcast in the background. What movie is it from? Is it A, Scarface, B, The Warriors, C, Reservoir Dogs, or D, Goodfellas?
D. Boo. We don't do 4-part
You
questions.
guys hate when I do all the
I
options?
mean, that's fine. It's
What
just
what was
interesting.
D? I'm sorry. Someone just started yelling
booed
shit.
all over it. Goodfellas.
All right.
They are all time appropriate, so
So it was
don't go looking at that.
Goodfellas would be.
Reservoir Dogs, Goodfellas.
Scarface, Warriors, Reservoir Dogs, Goodfellas.
All right. So this is in England.
2000.
Well, no, I'm going off of the England thing. Is the Warriors British or no? Is that American? Okay. I'm trying to go off of what I think.
They're all American movies as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what would be popular there. So I'm gonna actually say Scarface, I guess.
I think we talked about the fact that Guy Ritchie was kind of influenced by Tarantino, so my guess is going to be Reservoir Dogs.
Well, the answer is B, The Warriors.
Wow, I almost went with it.
Huh.
Damn it.
Supposedly it is one of Guy Ritchie's favorite films, so he
Checks out. Movie's dope.
had a little homage to
I
it.
see. I didn't get it right because I
Question?
wasn't there for the Warriors.
You missed
sorry.
out on a banger.
So I didn't technically discuss
You
it.
could've-
So your question's actually invalid.
Question number 2, we've got a 0-0 tie. When interrogating Mullet on the street, Tony closes Mullet's head in the window, turns on the radio before driving down the street. What Madonna song does Tony love? Is it A, Lucky Star, B, Like a Virgin, C, Material Girl, or D, Live to Tell?
We're going to go with Material Girl? No basis.
Oh my god, I can't remember. What were the? God damn it! This is why I write this shit down.
Lucky Star, Like a Virgin, Material Girl, or Live to Tell?
Maybe it is Like a Virgin.
It's not.
I'm going to
like
switch
a,
my answer to Like a Virgin, I guess. Ben doesn't think it's Like a Virgin.
I don't believe it's like a virgin. I'm gonna say Live to Tell.
This might be my chance to sweep.
Oh, no.
It is A, Lucky Star.
All right.
They do have a conversation at the very beginning of the film talking about the Virgin Mary, which is an homage to Quentin Tarantino and Reservoir Dogs, where they have a discussion about Like a Virgin at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I knew it was A or D, and I just couldn't remember which fucking. I knew it wasn't one of the like big 2 songs.
Not little known fact, but Guy Ritchie was married to Madonna for a while after this movie too.
What? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
All right. Going into question 3.
If Dylan sweeps us, I'm going to quit the pod.
Dealer's choice. Do you want to talk about deaths or swears?
I want nothing to do with this fucking trivia game anymore.
Deaths.
First, Zach gets a win. Now Dylan's gonna get a fucking sweep.
So, question number 3. What is the body count in the film Snatch? Is it A, 24, B, 25, C, 26, or D, 27?
Dumb.
Fuck
you.
3 choices.
My least
you.
favorite questions when Zach does this is when he does shit like this, where it's like, pick a number.
1.
The choices are 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's like, fuck off. Like, I don't know. Fuck. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised it was even that high at 24. Although I guess they did say they killed 12 people at the very end of the movie. So,
Yes, that is. I think that is where majority of these come from.
well, at least half. I think 12, and then they said they had to bury 12 bodies at the end, so there's 12. God, there's so many. I guess
I
now
know.
thinking back at it, I mean, I'm gonna lowball it. And I'm gonna say 24. I guess I think we're about to get swept.
Yup. Fucking 4 options.
4 options.
Get rid of
This is
1.
So
you
bad.
chode.
Boo. Boo.
Give us 3. Give us 3 like a fucking adult.
Give us 2. 50-50. Let's go.
I'd like to phone a friend. That friend is director Guy Ritchie. Can we get Guy on the phone? It's weird. He sent me.
Hello?
He sent me straight to voicemail.
Hello, this is Guy Ritchie.
This is Guy Ritchie. How are you? I'm just dating Madonna.
Is
I
that
think you virgin
Australian? I feel like you virgin to
I didn't
Australia.
I don't know. They just all
I
bleed
didn't
together. At
realize
some
Guy
point.
Ritchie was the fucking chimney sweep in Mary Poppins. Hello, governor.
Dudes, god damn it.
I'm
Rain.
Michael Caine. How are
Rain
you?
in Spain falls gently in Michael Caine.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm gonna fucking say 26 and hope I'm right.
We have a winner.
Fuck you.
The answer is 26.
Nice. I'm glad
Oh,
Dylan
thank
didn't
God.
win. I thought you were gonna say it was you. We have
So
a winner.
Ben-
It's me, bitches. Yeah.
Ben takes it home this week with 1 correct out of 3, but that's all it takes in these games, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
don't care if I win. I just need Dylan to lose.
Cam and Ben hadn't seen this film before, so they're going to give you an initial rating. And I have, so I'll go last, and I'll tell you what I was going to give it before and what I give it now.
So, Snatch. It was a good movie. I think it took a bit to get off off the ground a little bit at the beginning. A little confusing as to what was happening, but overall it was a fun movie. It was interestingly shot. I don't know if I'd say well shot, but it was definitely interesting, like the cuts and stuff he used. The dialogue is good, as a lot of his movies are, and the plot's actually pretty interesting, especially near the end, when everything kind of wraps up. So I gave this one a 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed the movie.
Okay. Well, that's good, because that's exactly what I wrote down.
Nice.
Yeah, in the same way I think talking about Pelican Brief, that, like, even though I'd never seen it, I just felt like 90s nostalgia. This movie just straight up gave me 2000s nostalgia. The quick cuts, the action sequences, everything like that. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I loved the kind of the threads all coming together. This storyline kind of merging with this storyline and so on and so forth was really cool. Yeah, overall it's a good movie. It's a fun movie. If you enjoy kind of an action-y flick, check it out. If not, still check it out. It's a fun movie.
Going in, at some point, Dylan gave this a 10 out of 10 because that's what it says on IMDb.
Whoa. 10?
And coming out, I'm gonna leave it at a 9. I don't know.
Leave it
I
at a
love this
9?
movie.
But you said it was a 10.
Well,
That's not
sorry.
leaving
I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna bump it down to a 9. Does that fit your vocabulary better, Cam?
Well, that's what you did. So yeah, that does.
No. I meant it as like, well, I'm leaving. I'm going to leave
No,
it
you
at a
leave
9
when you
because
leave
I am
something.
exiting the
No,
building.
That's not when you leave
On
something.
the exit, I'm leaving this 9 here. Here is
That's
my
not
9
what it
cam, and
means.
I'm giving it to
It's
Snatch.
not. No, when you say I'm gonna leave it, it means you're not gonna touch it. You're going to just put it. You're gonna keep it exactly where it was.
No. Like, I came over to your house with a 10, but I'm leaving with this 9.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with your interpretation of leave. Every other time we've used leave in the context of this podcast has been the exact, like, I kept it at the same rating. Not, here's a present, it's a 9. Not, it's not like, that's
surprise!
Not, it's also not a great
So, hey,
present.
I know I showed up with a 10, but deuces, it's a 9.
Right, like, that's, like, awful. Like, hey, I showed up to your house. Also, I used all your toilet paper. Bye. I left you with no toilet paper. See ya.
It's the same
Okay,
thing.
that's not.
It's the same
not the
thing as
same
when I
at all.
got here. The fuck? No, it's not.
Jesus Christ! I'm gonna bump it to a 9.
Well, good, because that's what you did.
I think it's a very smooth movie.
It's a very moist movie. Very
I don't
soft.
know. Don't say that.
I would definitely compare it to like a music video. I
Ooh,
think
like
it's
a Moby music video?
no, that would be
Obi. You
The
can get
Beach.
snubbed by Obi.
Oh, my God.
36-year-old man in boys' clothing.
I would compare this movie to like a music video in the sense of like it's really quick action. You do have to pay attention though. There's a lot going on in this movie. With all the storylines, like one character, like the one that I had never noticed was the guy who's with Frankie at the diamond heist and who he like hands the gun over. He takes the bullets out before he hands it over. That guy is Boris's like cousin or brother or whatever, and like calls
Brother.
him to tell him about the diamond.
Yeah.
I had never like caught that storyline before. It's a very like you have to pay attention, or like you're not going to catch all the details. Beautifully shot. I like the quick action cut stuff. That's kind of interesting. It's definitely not a big thing today. I think the dialogue and the interaction between characters is great. It's funny. Will everyone need to watch it? I don't think if this doesn't sound like something you're interested in, I don't think you need to watch it. But I will say that I think most people should watch this movie because I think it's a fun one. And it's worth what is it, like an hour and 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing, too, is it never felt long. It
Yeah.
kept
Like
moving
I think it flies through that hour and 40
Yeah,
minutes.
it does. It does a good job of doing that.
I'm going to drop it to a 9. Check it out on Amazon Prime. You can watch it in 4K. That's cool, right? Check out the show notes. Make yourself some fight milk. There it is. Hit up those Casker and Drizzly links. Get yourself some alcohol. Help us out there. Buy some straws from Surfside Sips. Check us out on Instagram at Cocktails and Classics Pod. Send us your movie and drink recommendations. Next week, we'll do Cool Hand Luke. So tune in. Listen to it. And as always, watch responsibly.